come watch along. We're early today.
We're early in the evening and in the week.
And in the week, I typed it as well.
See, this is what happens. That means tomorrow some shit's gonna happen. Like Sony buys Square. Like fuck.
Oh, for sure. To be fair, I feel like this. You said it right before we started recording. Since Comic-Con is this weekend, there's going to be, I don't know, like a shit ton to talk about next week, but at least a decent amount.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people pulled out of Comic-Con this year because they just didn't need to or didn't have anything to show. Plus, there's a writer's strike.
Now the strike happened.
Now the actors.
I'm sure once that happened, the Comic-Con people were just like, God damn it.
It kind of sucks, but did you see the fucking bullshit? I think it was in Netflix. Their office did. No, it was in Netflix. It was Universal. They did something that was fucking, like, it's hilarious in the sense that it's like, I can't believe you've done this. Mm-hmm. So obviously everyone's outside right now. They're picketing at the picket line. It is, you could say, a pretty hot year, you know?
Yeah. In
terms of temperature and humidity. This is all happening in California.
Nice and warm place.
Very, very warm. And so outside the Universal, like, office / lot / whatever, the night after one of the picket lines was done, they sent out their staff to all the trees along the sidewalk that were, you know, giving shade to like the picketers. And they trimmed every single one of the trees so it was just branches.
That's so petty. The
most petty, like, like medieval torture type shit. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's funny because you're just like, of how unbelievable it is.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally trying to kill people with heat stroke, in a sense, you know? Like, we can't silence them by keeping it the same way, so why don't we just fucking murder them? You know, like, fucking do that.
I mean, big business. I'm sure that's not the first time they said that.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. And
it's just funny. The murder option.
Yeah.
Option 3.
There's a bunch of drama on TikTok too about like movie creators and shit, because like they're under contract to still like promote the movies that are coming, and like people are like, can't. You're not supporting the actors and the writers, and they're like, well, I have a contract and I signed it already, so like, here we are. I already got fucking paid, so I got to finish this out, but I'm not going to take on further contracts because obviously, and then people are just giving them shit for making money, and I'm like,
that's a rock and a hard place though, because what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't just be like, fuck that contract, because then it's like, it's bad business, because then if y'all reach an agreement, they're not going to forget that you did that. You're like, all right, well, fuck that guy.
And that's another thing too. It's like those people, those content creators that make like stuff about movies, like, not to be dark and dismal guy about it, but it's like they love movies, but they never were able to work in them, so this is what they do instead. So they're not a part of the SAG-AFTRA and the fucking Writers Guild. Right. So, like, if they just say, fuck you to these big companies with contracts that they've already signed and agreed with, once the actors and the writers get what they deserve, because obviously that's going to happen, because if not, we just don't get new content of any site. Like, the people that said fuck you to the corporations and canceled their fucking contracts, they're not coming back, because they're not, like, worth the money. There's a million other people that want to talk about movies that would gladly take a fucking contract and just work through it. So it makes sense why they're fulfilling their contract, but also, you know, there's got to be some sort of drama, right? You got to hate someone.
Always. Without a doubt. What you drinking?
It's protein powder. It's so fucking good, man. I don't want to do an ad.
Cereal one?
No. Fuck that shit.
Okay.
I thought that shit was good. The Fruity Pebbles. Thought it was good because it smelled good out of the container. But I was watching, ironically, a TikTok, and some guy did like a review of it. He's saying this doesn't taste like Fruity Pebbles. it tastes like the Fruity Pebble milk.
Yeah, the milk, the cereal milk.
Yeah, but like not in a good way, where it's like you know, like you get to the point in your cereal bowl milk where you're just like, I don't want this anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you let it sit a little bit. That's kind of where it's at for that. Okay. This right here, they didn't pay me, and I probably won't get paid by them anytime soon because, you know, I'm not like a fitness creator. But Echo Vision, I've never heard of them before until I found a couple dudes on TikTok who's shouted out. It's chocolate peanut butter. And it is the best shit I've ever tasted in protein form. It's so good. And then I bought this cup too. It's a fucking Gila mix. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Never heard of it.
Dude, this fucking technology, it blows my mind. So like, look, you see how it's like spiral, but it like kind of twists in a weird way. So it's like a spiral and twists. It doesn't have like a whisk ball or like anything that goes inside of it to mix the protein, because the way that it's shaped, when you just shake it like this, perfect mixture, no clumping whatsoever.
How much was it?
And this was $24. And they have a bunch of colors. I'm buying another one soon.
Yeah, I want to.
Because they have a cool blue color that's called slate blue, but this is teal. I had to get teal. Teal's my shit.
You might have to clip this and add them.
Dude, fucking, they want to give me some free product? Fuck yeah. But also, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm about to buy another tub of the protein in a little bit. I did get some pre-workout though from it with a code that I used. Gorilla Mode.
That's the name of the pre-workout?
Yeah.
Does it was fucking amped?
I'm gonna let you know. I took it yesterday. I also took my nootropics, which, Jesus Christ, nootropics, man, holy shit! It's like free. Not free. It's like Adderall without the prescription.
Yeah,
like this shit crazy. And I took that with the pre-workout. That's called Jungle Juice, and that shit tasted good. So I was like, I was lifting, man. I was fucking
going crazy. He was going in.
I was there, and I'm like, I've done the 3 to 4 workouts that I normally do. Because how many workouts do you do in the gym when you go?
Depends
besides
on what
cardio. Okay.
Like if I'm doing bicep and back, I do. Well, I start every workout with dips just to get my blood flowing, my heart rate going.
You dip, we dip. Exactly.
Is
that what it is, man?
When I dip, you dip, we dip. Yes, exactly.
I messed it up. That was
no, that's fine. You got it right the first. You were.
I had the spirit of it.
You did, and we appreciate you for it. I do those. I do dips, and then I do the supersets of the curls and the hammer curls standing. Superset sitting.
That's 2 technically. Because a superset is technically 1 set, even though it's multiple, right?
So it's still 2. It's fine.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an average because I'm curious if I'm not doing enough.
Then what's the thing called? I guess they're rows. It's a back workout. You're on like an incline, but you're pulling the bar to you.
Yeah.
For your back.
It's like, I forget which one that is. It's like the machine where you have to like move it to the left and then start pulling it, and you put plates on it, right?
Yeah.
I used to love that one.
I do that.
They don't have it.
Then I do reverse curls for like forearm.
That's the outside of your bicep too. Yeah, I see you.
Then I do seated rows. And then I do it's pretty much a superset, but I get the curl bar for biceps. I start at like 50 something pounds, and I do 8, next 8 all the way to the top till it's like 15 pounds, and then I end it by going back down to like 30 something for that like muscle confusion thing. And that last 8 on when you go back to heavy after working all the way to light is like
shit.
And then that's usually it. I usually end it there. But what I like to do is whatever workout I did previously. Like, so say my last time I went, I did shoulders, right? I'll end my workout with just a refresher of what I did. So I'll get off the bicep curl, go back to like just the shoulder shrug, and just max it out till I can, and then I leave. And then I stretch, then I leave.
Damn.
So that's
I do like 4 or 5. That was like 6 or 7, I think, because you're also putting supersets in there, which are like definitely more than one, but also
but I counted it as like one go.
Yeah. Damn. I need to step it up. I'm also just like, I'm still in that same. Well, true. I mean, I've been going for like a year plus now. I'm still in the mode where I'm like, I can never find like a bench to go sit down at because they're always packed when I go.
They're prime real estate, man.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, I'm trying to think if I can go earlier, like straight up, just like wake up, do a little bit of work, and then just go straight to the gym like before lunch or some shit, because like that's when all the old folk are there, like all the like the dudes that like are like, there was one guy. It's funny to me, but I'm also like, I'm not gonna change the way that this guy's doing it. Like, they're like fucking doing curls and shit, and they're old as hell,
right?
But they're like throwing it. They're like doing this shit,
yeah. And
I'm like, I'm not gonna walk over and be like, hey, you should really focus on contracting on your way down. Like, I'm not doing that to a 70-year-old man.
Well,
like,
unless he shows some signs like he's about to fall over.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. It's just, it's the people that have been working out the same way for so long, so they're never gonna change, that type of shit. That also pisses me off with the people that are actually built, you know? Yeah. Like, there's a motherfucker in my gym who's like shredded, and I'm like, that dude right there, that'd be sick if I was like that shredded. Yeah. And I see him doing tricep extensions on the cable, and it's like the fucking weight is like bouncing. And it's like super fast, and I'm like,
no like flow of
control.
Motion. Like,
yeah, there's nothing. I'm like, that can't be working. But then I look at him, and his triceps are exploding out of his fucking back of his arm. But like, he's doing the wrong thing.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. It's brain melting, but yeah, man, I gotta get there when the old people are there.
Shout out to Cobra Darkness in the chat.
What's up?
My homie Neto, shout out to Neto. He texted me because I said stop stalking me, because he took a video of us live recording on YouTube.
Oh shit!
And he said he's like, he's taking notes so I can stop being fat. And I just said stop stalking me.
Listen, man, it's the wrong person to take notes from. I tell you what, I am sorry. For me at least, I'm bad. I don't know. Man, I need to get back to the gym.
You're good.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was hot as shit though, man. Like the it's been like 90 plus. I'm in there working out and I'm like dripping sweat. I'm like, I gotta. Every moment I'm going to the thing, getting a paper towel, wiping shit down.
Dude, I don't even do that anymore because I'm just like, fuck it. I leave the gym and I feel just like I feel like in the summers of past, like the fat kid that's in the pool that's got to wear the shirt, you know? I feel like I just came out of the pool as the fat kid, and I'm like walking to my car like, and I get home, I gotta peel this shit off of me, and it's like making the fucking like sticky noise.
It's progress.
Fucking hate it.
That's work right shit. There. You're feeling the work on you.
Oh, dude, I'm as of this point, you know, like when you wipe your shit down at the gym, like you know, get that clean for the next person.
Yeah,
I'm wiping it down more because I'm just dripping onto the shit. More so than like my body, like my arms and shit are like, you know, like they're glistening like a fucking golden god of sweat. But it's like a little.
Shout out to you, golden god.
I got like a little bit of like, it's like I got a nice little dew, you know, morning dew of sweat on my arms when I'm working out. But then
morning dew is what you do when you wake up.
And I'm just fucking, I'm morning dewing from my face so hard, and it's just all over the place. And I'm like, this is disgusting. But I'm like, I don't know.
What are you supposed to do? You're working
exactly. Out. It's that. I'm like, everyone else is doing the same thing. Yeah. I also love, there's 2 dudes that go to my gym that are like a little bit like not overweight, but they're big guys, like very big. And those motherfuckers do cardio so long that I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Good for you. Because I can do like 30 minutes and then I'm like, kill me.
When you do cardio, And I promise people listening for video games that we'll get to the video.
Nah, we ain't talking games. We talking fitness.
We about to start.
Fitness,
we talk about that shit
mouth.
so much that we need to do like a side podcast that's just about working out shit.
Hey, before sweating.
You say that's not bad. At least we can relate it back to this. I lost my train of thought that fast. What was I about to say? What were we just talking about?
We should do a show.
No, before that.
Sweating. Fuck.
Damn, I really lost my train of thought. That
cardio.
Quick. Oh, okay. When you do cardio, are you doing it till you hit a certain distance, or are you doing it for time?
Personally, I do time, but I max the fuck out of the incline, so I'm constantly walking at the find out, fuck around you find out chart, that thing. Like right. I'm walking at that exact 45-degree angle.
You're walking until you fuck around and find out.
Literally.
You're fucking around until you find out.
I'm at like a 3, so at the beginning I'm like kind of catching up. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And then at like the 15-minute mark, I'm like gripping onto the fucking heartbeat sensor, Johns, for my dear life. And my back is like super straight and shit. And I'm like, don't fucking just go through it. And then the cooldown starts on its own, and I'm like, go down faster, you bitch. And it's just like slowly.
I look forward to the cooldown so much.
Yeah. Also got a little fan built in too. Yeah. Great.
The cooldown happens. In my head, I'm just like, all right, this is the victory lap.
Yeah.
Turn on some hype music. I'm like, all right, I'm glad to be done. This shit.
The cooldown is the moment I think I feel the most like the fat kid that wears the shirt in the pool, if I'm being honest. Because like that's like the peak moment of like I am sweat incarnate. And my shirt is like, I always wear black shirts, but it's like Omega black, you know? Like it's like it's like you look at my shirt and you see into like the depths of hell. That's how black it is. And I'm just like, I feel so uncomfy. This is the worst feeling ever. Fuck it. We left it now. And that's it. But yeah, we definitely talk about video games on this podcast.
We promise it's about video games.
What's up, Jabberap in the chat? What's up? We're talking fitness.
It's too easy.
Fitting these nuts. I already did one earlier. It's fine. You missed it, but it'll. I'm gonna make a TikTok of it. It's cool. Keep an eye out for TikToks. We're gonna have more content coming out soon, y'all. Speaking of that, we're gonna start the fucking show.
Yeah, we need to start the show now.
All right, I'm gonna play intro animation now.
Hey, fitness in your mouth, bitch.
Great way to start a podcast.
Huh?
What's up? It's a great way to start a podcast.
That's how we starting this one.
Hell yeah. There he is in the chat. For some reason, my multi-stream doesn't work, so luckily it shows up on the screen. I'm really happy about that.
What shows up on the screen?
Neto's chat. He just said W podcast. Hell yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh shit. I can't see the multi-stream when I'm just watching.
I don't know why I can't, so I'm really happy I can just see it on the screen. So this is great.
I can only see the people on Twitch. Anyway, level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Save Before Quitting podcast. I go by the name of Ant, and right here is my I always forget what side you show up on, but here is my co-host, and you go by the name of
Chris,
not Christopher. Get it right.
Not Christopher. You better get that right.
You'll understand.
Pay attention to YouTube and TikTok for that. Will be coming out tomorrow.
Save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. That is TITTY. That is Titty. Shout out to the Titty gang. Save Before Quitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com if you would like to send us an email. You know, something of the past since we made our Discord, but it is still active. So if you want to send us emails and thoughts and prayers and insults, send us whatever you want to send us.
Obituaries.
There you go. Threats. Say before quitting.
Obituary is a threat.
Huh?
An obituary is a threat in theory.
You're right. Say before quitting.com for all your merch needs. Yeah. Merch.
Get those new hoodies.
New hoodies is up there. Tees are up there. With a bunch of great stuff. Water bottles are up there. Go check that out. Yeah. Furthermore, you can find us on Discord. What else?
Exclamation join point the Discord in the chat.
Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Where we got gaming news, what we picking up for throughout the week. Figure Friday is every also Friday.
Picking up as well.
Yeah, we got a fitness section in Discord.
What we're buying and what we're picking up. Huh?
Look what you did. Look at that marketing right there that you just did.
Shit. When I'm not high, I'm kind of like, you know what I mean?
I mean, but when you are high, you're actually. Did you say when you're not or when you are?
When I'm not high, I'm focused. I'm in.
But when you are high, you're still pretty good.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I don't know based on that snap you sent.
Yeah, we could talk about that later.
What the fuck else do we do? Patreon. Join our Patreon. We get 2 bonus podcasts a month where we talk about just random ass shit. Sometimes it gets personal, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's lightly based on video games, sometimes it's not. It's whatever we talk about, we feel like talking about. We've had episodes about relationships, girls we used to talk to, just a bunch of shit. So
last episode was 2 truths and a lie.
It was, and that was fun. We gotta do that again.
We probably definitely shouldn't have done the creation of the statements while recording, because God, there's so much dead air, but it's kind of funny. So I left it.
It'll be fun to cut up though, if we decide.
Yeah, I still gotta cut that up for YouTube for the 2. We're doing 2 instead of the 4 on YouTube, I think, is what we said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Past Chris doesn't remember what future Chris said.
Listen, we got this. I don't know what that means, but we got this.
Sure.
And finally, Chris, as we start all of these episodes with, Chris, what did you play this week? What'd you play this week?
I played a couple things, actually. We obviously know what the main event is, so we'll save that till last, obviously. But I played a little bit of Overwatch recently. They have the summer event going on right now, so there's a little bit of Lucio Ball, which is you play the character Lucio and you play soccer. So imagine Rocket League, but Lucio. And then they just added a new one, Winston Volleyball, where you don't just play as Winston. You can if you choose to, but you get a bunch of options to choose from, and you play volleyball with another team of 3. And you just keep having to hit it over the net and stuff. It was very, very fun. I played it with 2 other people, so it was a full team of 3 and shit, and I was scoring fucking goals, man. I don't know if that's how
fucking goals.
Is that what you call it in volleyball, or is it like 12-point love or whatever? Was the ball? That's tennis. I don't know how tennis. Volleyball scores. I don't know, but either way, I was fucking these people up a lot. Like I would have like 6 to 7 like points a game because 1, a team was communicating insanely well, and we were working like a fucking unit to own these noobs in digital volleyball. I was also playing Genji. Thank you to Jebra for the chat for bringing that up, because that is true. I was playing Genji, and he is the correct character to play in that game mode. But it was fun. It was nice to get back into Overwatch a little bit less addicting than I was maybe 2-3 months ago, before the whole world hated Overwatch again.
They go back and forth.
Yeah, I might actually play a little bit tonight. I don't know. I might. Just saying.
Look at you going back.
It was a little fun. We were having a good time. Even when we were losing, it was fun because we were kind of like not just like ragging on our bad teammates, but there was one teammate that we had in a competitive game that was playing tank. And like all 3 of us were like, dude, this tank just keeps feeding the Zarya, which she's the character that she gets like the bubble on her, and when you shoot her when she has that bubble on, her attack beam gets more damage output, and our tank was just belligerently feeding the fuck out of that Zarya. So she was melting all of us like instantly. And we're in like the chat like, hey tank, maybe just focus the squishies. Hey tank, stop attacking the Zarya. And then at one point I was like, please, for the love of God, like, can you stop? And at the very end of the game, we finally won. After we had to play overtime twice, I think.
Yeah.
And we finally win the game, and they type in the chat for the first fucking time, sorry, this is my first game ever playing tank. I'm a Mercy main. And I'm like, so you play a character that requires no aiming whatsoever. And this is your first tank game, and you didn't think to just say that to us so we could be like, oh, you would probably enjoy this character instead of this one or that one.
Of course.
And they finally switched to the character that didn't need to fucking aim, and they did amazing, and we won, which was great, but it was fun the whole time. Fun for all families.
That's
great. Yeah. Other than that, I played a little bit. I think I played a game of Wingspan by myself. I did about a week or so ago, played one with like a bunch of people, but I did one recently by myself because I was like, I need to just fucking understand this shit. And I don't think I'm good at it still. I don't think I get it still because I kind of went through the tutorial and didn't read most of it because it was an hour plus long. You do. It was an hour long tutorial. I get it because it's a card game. It makes sense that it needed to be that long.
Sometimes you just want to get to the game.
It's a little bit of that. It just got a little tedious in the tutorial, so I kind of just like skipped a bit. So I didn't know where to click in certain areas or like what I could do for like you know, different turns and shit. So I kind of just tossed down a game and like I watched like I think the most recent Critical Role episode and I was like, okay, let's figure this the fuck out. I sucked. I didn't do well, but maybe I'll play soon again in the future.
Right.
What else did I play this week? Shit, I haven't played any AEW Fight Forever and I want to play more of it, but I can't.
Why not?
Because I'm just so engrossed in Dave the Diver.
You talked me into it. I bought it.
Have you played it yet?
No.
Sorry.
I
need you to play this game.
I knew you.
I just need you to play like an hour. I just need you to play. That's it. Just an hour of this game.
I've played games, and I didn't start that specifically because I know I'll get into it. And it was like, okay, I need to like invest myself, and I need to invest myself time.
I guess, yeah, that's pretty accurate. The one thing that I will say about Dave the Diver that is nice, though, as I've been playing it more recently, like, while there's objectives that you have to do every single night, pretty much, and, like, you're farming and you're doing all this other shit that if you don't know what Dave the Diver is, I gave a pretty decent explanation of all the stuff I've got so far in the last episode, if you'd like to go check it out. But, like, since then, I've gotten many more games. Now, instead of just having a farm on top of land, I have one underwater with the underwater people that makes me fresh seaweed. And then also the farm upstairs, the long lost son of the farmer, who's now a rap star, decided to come to our sushi restaurant. So now he's staying on the island with his dad. And for some reason he likes chickens. So now I have a chicken farm now too.
And right.
They added a new minigame to the minigame phone section. There's been like 3 more boss fights that I've done.
Rappers love chicken. Collecting. Don't need to tell you why. Stereotypes.
The rapper was white.
The rapper was white. He's trying to assimilate. I get it. Assimilate. My Caucasian brother assimilate.
He pretty much looks like joking, Machine Gun Kelly before he went. He looks like Machine Gun Kelly before he went to pop punk.
Okay, so rapper Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He still raps.
That's kind of. Yeah. Does he though?
Lately, like I think in the last.
No, I meant like just bad. Sorry, it was more of like a quality thing.
I don't think he's bad. Like he put out these freestyles recently, sometime after Jack Harlow put his album out because he dissed him, but they weren't bad. They were pretty good freestyle.
I just don't like him. I don't know why I don't like him, but I just don't.
I've never heard like a project by him. I just hear his stuff like on social media.
I don't know. He ruined Misery Business from Paramore. That's all I know. Because he's tone deaf. Like here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can actually think of a Machine Gun Kelly rap song, like off the top of my head. Like any song that is in the rap genre from Machine Gun Kelly, nothing. But like all the newer pop punk bullshit that's like on the radio, I'm like, I fucking hate this shit because you suck. You're not a singer, man. Like,
but he's leaning into that pop punk shit. The only reason I won't blame him for that is because in this era of rap now, you need more things to lean on than just your music.
Yeah, I feel
and he's leaning into it in a way where he's getting people are liking it.
True.
He has like good like festival audiences showing up. I'm like, all right, well, it's working for him. I can't knock you if it's working.
Yeah.
But then I'm also coming from a different genre of music. So you being of the pop punk audience would know better than me that it sounds bad.
It's not that it sounds bad per se. It's just that he doesn't have a singing voice, if that makes sense. Like, he's kind of not to be like he's still doing his rapping voice inside of the songs, if that makes sense. But like they're slightly tone shifted, but they're like almost so close that it still sounds like it's the same monotone, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like it's like you're kind of trying to hit a note, but you're not.
It doesn't matter. It's not a good marriage.
Yeah,
musically.
And that's just me, but whatever. Other than that, Dave the Diver. Back to that good thing. No, you're good.
All right, so after you met Machine Gun Kelly and Dave the Diver.
Yeah, after I met Machine Gun Kelly and Dave the Diver, I fought like so many sharks and shit. There was a Food Network competition that showed up to the restaurant, and my sushi chef Bancho had to go head to head with
Shout out to
Chinese
Bancho.
chef, I believe. I think he was Chinese. Forget what his name was, but like he was like a Chinese chef, and he was like exclusively making Chinese food. But we make sushi and Japanese food at the sushi restaurant. So Bancho was like, well, I can fucking do whatever I want because he's a badass motherfucker.
Word.
And he just slices up some shit. And there was a whole entire like food cooking mini game, and it was so much fun. And I want that just as a game.
Dave the Diver is mini game. It's mini game the video game.
It's a mini game marriage because everything works so well together. It's not just mini games thrown at you like bullshit. It's like these make sense that they're here, and they're like built in this little world. And like none of the mini games that show up, even the one where you're playing as the weapons dealer who dances to a K-pop artist.
All right,
they don't feel out of the game.
Yeah.
Like it all feels like it makes sense to the world. And play Dave the Diver.
I'm gonna play. By the time
hit.
we record the next episode, I'll have played Dave the Diver.
I need you to just play a single hour. That's all I need.
I already know what that hour is going to do to me. It's not going to be a single hour if I play a single hour.
True,
which is
but
fine.
The beauty of it is you can stop at any time. You can only save when you're on the boat, though. That's the only place you can save. But like, while I'm playing on my computer, I'll literally just hit the pause button while I'm in the middle of a dive.
Yeah.
And just go fucking make food and shit. Come back, watch a YouTube video or two, go back to the dive because it's just still open. And it's so good. It's so fucking good.
You got
me. I need people to play it. Nobody's played
the money.
It yet.
I'm gonna play.
You spent the money, but you haven't played it. I need you to hit the sticks.
I spent the money on a lot of games I haven't played. So you're right.
All right. So that's what I've played this week. Obviously Call of Duty and Fortnite and shit because blah blah blah. Junk food. Besides that, what have you played?
No, Chris. Exoprimal.
Oh, I did play Exoprimal.
You did.
I forgot.
And I wasn't able to stick around in the chat long enough to get like a good I remember talking to you through chat while you played it, getting a little bit of info, but I need your overall takeaway.
So I never reopened it after stream. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
This is 1000% a game that is only going to be fun with friends, I think.
How many raptors did you shoot in the face?
Doesn't track that,
they
which is
rain
one
from
of
the
my
sky?
I have a lot of issues with this game, if I'm being honest, and it's
got
also
very
like
middling reviews. I got a lot of 3 out of 5, 65 out of 100, like stuff like that.
I think that's accurate because it's like a C+C game. Like it's not bad by any means, but it kind of stumbles over itself a little bit, where it's trying to take itself a little too seriously, in my opinion, like with the story elements and shit.
Yeah.
Other than the story elements, like the gameplay the designs of all the different characters that you can play, even the craziness of a bunch of dinosaurs coming at you in this city, all of it is fun. And like it's a good time. Like the aiming system's okay, like the different abilities are cool.
Yeah.
But the thing that just gets me is like the load times are fucking insane. Even with like the settings dropped to so low. And then when the cinematics come on, it's weird because it feels like the graphic settings are exclusively for the game.
Yeah.
And not for the cinematics. So my game, you know, it's a little bit lower res, but it's running smooth as fuck. And then we cut to a cutscene, and it's like 4K animation that's taking itself way too seriously, and my computer is dying.
It sounds really jarring to go from one to the other. Yeah.
It is very jarring. And then also, like, the character creator sucks, dude. I look like a fucking bootleg version of Jack Sparrow in a fucking Anthem outfit. Like, it's like bad.
You're Jack Pigeon.
I am Jack Pigeon in that game for sure. Yes, exactly that. But it's so weird. But I here's the thing. I want you to play so we can play together. I think this is going to be a fun game because I really love the way that they changed up the online multiplayer shooter game. So it starts off and there's 2 teams of 5, I believe it is. And you both spawn into this city in the exact same spot. And there's like multiple areas around the map where there's going to be a bunch of waves that dinosaurs come at you. Okay. You're competing with that team to do it faster. And you can literally see them on the in-between areas. So like once the dinosaurs start falling from the sky, you can't see them anymore. The other team, they're kind of like red holograms when you can see them. So say you finish your dinosaur fighting and you guys do it faster than the other team. You run to the next point to get to the next set of waves, and you can see them fighting their dinosaurs still and how far behind they are with you. Or they could be neck and neck with you and running alongside, or you're slower. Yeah. And that all leads up to the very end where everyone is transported back to that map, but now it's a pretty much Team Fortress 2 game where there's a payload that you have to deliver faster than the other team. And if you get to the very end of your like waves of dinosaurs, you get to start pushing your payload before the other team does. There's still those dinosaurs coming at you constantly, but that other team still needs to finish their shit. Then once they get inside, they're pushing their payload at the same time. And there's this one point in the map where they both converge. And you can both see each other's payload, and you can shoot it to make it stop moving for a certain period of time. But you can also kill the enemy players. You have to shoot your load, you have to shoot the other players with your load, and then also dinosaurs.
Those dinosaurs are getting the fucking money shot.
Podcast title. I don't think we're allowed to do that. But
we could say money shot.
I don't know if we're allowed to say money shot. But it's super goofy. That's all I'm gonna say. The gameplay of it is super goofy and super fun. And then it immediately makes you not like it once you take like a minute to 2 minutes to load to a cutscene that is killing your system if you're on PC. I only played it on PC. So when it comes to, like, I literally had to switch off of it on stream because if you go back and watch the stream, every single time the cutscenes start, a little bit after you left, I think, it would just hitch and it would be like, I think 6 frames per second for the stream. Then it would go immediately back to like 60 frames per second when I'm in the game. I'm like,
they gotta fix that. They gotta fix that. They need to patch it.
It might just be a me thing as well. It could just be my computer that was having an issue with it. That's genuinely a thing that could be. But I don't think it's going to be a game that I go back to on purpose. Like, I will need to get friends to play in order to play this game. I'm never going to play it by myself. I don't give a fuck about the story because the story is so convoluted and kind of creepy in a way, because it's pretty much like this AI is trapping all of these, like, the exo fighters, I guess, because the suits that you're wearing are also like Evangelion, where it's not like a robot suit, it's literally like flesh with armor on it. So like whenever you get out of it, it's like making like wet noises and shit, and it's gross. but I don't know. It's fine. It sure is a fine game, and it got the correct scores. I do want to play Viewfinder though. That's a game that just came out as well, and that's getting like B plus scores. So I was kind of
people are loving that. I've seen people glowing about Viewfinder.
Okay. Viewfinder is just different and cool. Right. Like kind of like Dave the Diver in a sense, but more so like linear wise for Viewfinder from what I played in the demo at least. So now that I'm done with Exoprimal, and I completely forgot that I played it. What did you play?
Well, I showed you in the weekly pickups chat those games I got on Steam, which
you got a bunch of them.
Let me go back to that now.
Let me go back. That was a while ago too.
It was. Okay.
Yeah, it's been 4 days.
Dave the Diver, Gravity Circuit, Pizza Tower, Outzone, and Mago. I want to say that game is called.
So I thought it was called Mage with a backwards E.
Nah, because when you highlight it, like the actual font, like at the bottom, you know how it'll tell you what kind of game it is.
It
says MAGO.
Gotcha.
Out of those, I played Pizza Tower, and I played the demo of Gravity Circuit. I think I talked about that on the pod before. I didn't.
Yeah, it was a while ago, I think.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this to come out, but I haven't started it yet.
All right.
I played Pizza Tower. I played Outzone. Outzone is just like a throwback over the top shooter. You're like these two soldiers and you can like shoot your way to the end. Kind of like Demon Throttle, just better graphically, I guess.
Okay.
It was fine. It's nothing to really write home about. It's very reminiscent of that like late 80s, early 90s arcade style shoot the enemies.
Figure out what shooting games are.
Huh?
Trying to like figure out what shooting games are.
Yeah, like it's definitely a shooting game. It doesn't it's well established, but it was more so like this is fine, but this is just on some click around on this when I got nothing else to do and just blast. Like I'm falling asleep and I'll play this until I fall asleep type game.
All right.
But it's fine. It is what it is. Pizza Tower though, obviously I'm late to the party with that one because that game's been out for a while now, but people love it.
The pizza party.
Huh? I'm late to the pizza party. Exactly. Playing Pizza Tower, and that game is just an acid trip. Like you're playing that game, the music is wild, the visuals are wild. Like it's just a bunch of random wild shit going on while you're trying to collect all these pizza toppings as you make your way through places. I couldn't even tell you where you are. But it has a sense of humor, like an early 90s animation Ren and Stimpy type of thing going on. It's like Wario Land on super crack. Like it's like you know how Wario had that charge move? Like it's a game that takes that and ramps it up to like 100. That game is all that charge move and you're like dive bombing shit, running through enemies, collecting things. There's secrets at every stage. You can collect the secrets because as soon as you get to the end of a stage, you have to escape. So then you're like running back to the entrance. Like I'm playing it and it's fun, but at the same time, I'm like, what is going on? What is the plot? Like but the thing is, they tell you the plot, and even while playing, I'm just like, what is the plot? Like, what's happening? It's crazy.
I really want to play that, man. Fuck. It's on my wish list still.
It's entertaining to play though. Like it's a good time. That's definitely like I'm sitting back on the couch just playing this while, I don't know, you're listening to a podcast or a TV show is on. It's one of those to me. Very speed run friendly. Because even when you have to, like I said, they lean on that charge thing. So you're just racing. If you can pull it off flawlessly, you could run through the entire stage and never stop till you get to the end and have to escape and then run back out. And I saw Awesome Games Done Quick just had this on there, and I really want to see it. And the only reason I haven't watched it is because I was planning on playing it and I didn't kind of want to be spoiled on later shit. But this game is so off the fucking wall that I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna go watch that shit now.
Feel you.
But it's fun. It's fun and nuts, and even if you pick it up for like one playthrough, I do think people should experience it.
I'm definitely gonna play that soon. Hell yeah.
But with all that said, the controls are very well done. Very tight controls. Okay. He has a lot of moves with like a limited amount of like buttons you need to play it, if that makes sense. They do a lot with a little. And it works out very, very, very well.
This is a Devolver game too, right? I think. Or am I wrong?
I don't think so. I don't think Devolver. I'm about to look it up right now.
It looks like a Devolver game.
It definitely looks like a Devolver game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a hand in the cookie jar and it was like they published it like a fourth of it or some bullshit.
Publisher Tour de Pizza. I don't even know who that is. See, this game is bonkers from beginning to end. Even in the making of it.
I love that.
Yeah, that's it. Tour de Pizza. Developer, Tour de Pizza. Publisher, Tour de Pizza. Like, I feel like they just set out to make this.
Oh man.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think I played anything else.
All right. Oh, well, CD just CLD. I almost said CD. I don't know who CD is. CD's nuts. CLD in the chat said this week I played Sifu and God of War. OG God of War? That's pretty cool. Or I mean not OG.
He's probably Ragnarok.
Yeah, probably Ragnarok.
Tour de Pizza. Games published and developed. Just Pizza Tower.
Solid
they clearly
start.
set out to make this. And they did.
They clearly set out to exclusively make pizza. That's it.
That's it. That's all they wanted to do was make pizza.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Dude, I just realized this, and I don't know why I never thought of this. We should do the Steam family share. Because then you wouldn't have had to buy Day of the Diver.
Yeah, it was on sale.
But it's also like you, how often do you play your Steam Deck where it's like, in theory, you could just play it when, you know?
I get it. I mean,
we should probably do that at some point.
We can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And rent games from you.
You know what? In theory, we also should do it because I'm gonna need to get gameplay of Pizza Tower because we're making this. You know how we're making this behind the scenes. We're making this its own separate video now. We're gonna do like the what you played this week and shit as its own video. That whole entire talk about Pizza Tower, we got some gameplay on the background, little some B-roll, you know.
I can do that. Maybe I'll stream it at some point and just
do it. Either that or we'll Steam share. I'll literally just record like 15 minutes of it, just splice it.
All right, bet.
Into the video.
That sounds like a good idea.
We got options.
We do.
We make our own content here. But I think that's all we got for what we played this week. So it's time to hop into the news. Here comes the news bumper.
Look out for Mario's butt.
Welcome to the news.
News time.
We don't have much.
I added a couple, but yeah.
Added a couple, but we don't have much this week because this weekend is San Diego Comic-Con, and also the whole Xbox John is pretty much over. So
yeah,
nothing really to talk about, sadly. But I'm gonna scroll up on the news and see what we could talk about first. I think it might be what was the last thing we talked about? Shit.
It's the July 16th.
16th. That was the first one? Or the 15th?
You mentioned The Boys before.
Well, this is different.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, yeah. So, yeah.
In the Call of Duty, if you haven't heard of it, it's a very rare game to play. Call of Duty, they're adding The Boys from, the show The Boys. They got Homelander. What the fuck is Star something? Why am I blanking? Oh my god. There's no reason for me to blank like this because I know what it is. And Black Noir. We'll get back to that. Someone's probably going to say it in chat and that'll help us. But the cool thing about this is that it's not only just those three skins and like the guns that they come with that are coming out. Each of them have their own voice lines and shit. Which that's going to be interesting for one thing in a second, which we'll get to. But Homelander, a lot of his voice lines were showed off in this video. A lot of the Starlight.
Is that her name?
Before the chat, Starlight. I did it right before CLD put it in.
Beat him. Beat him to it.
Hell yeah. But it showed some of hers as well.
And you took his shine away.
I'm sorry, CLD. And then also Black Noir. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me. If you watch The Boys, sorry, spoiler, Black Noir doesn't really speak. But they did show a clip in this video that shows that the little animated creatures that he sees, like they're kind of like on the gun and shit and like pop up and shit on the screen. I'm thinking that might be his voice lines, is the creepy cartoon characters like telling him to kill people and shit.
That's pretty good.
So I might want to get the Black Noir one. But it's also cool because they're putting Compound V into Warzone. So you can just find Compound V and take it, and you get different superpowers while this limited time mode is going on. You get a super jump that you can literally Goomba stomp people into puddles of blood, laser eyes, and then I think the Starlight one is also a thing where like she like shoots light at someone. But there's a bunch of superpowers that you can just like inject yourself with and run around Warzone with. So pretty fucking cool. I thought it was pretty neat. Go check out the video. We put it in our Discord.
Ever since they started adding characters to Call of Duty, it just makes me think they were in a boardroom like, hey, we got to do what those Fortnite people are doing. Do the Fortnite thing over here.
The thing is, like, I would love to have the boys in Fortnite, but I understand why that probably won't happen.
Too many little kids.
It's too many little kids, but it's also like they've had like, you know, the Batman who laughs in the game. So he's like a murderous Batman in the comics. So there's that. They've had the Resident Evil characters in there.
True.
Gears of War. So like, it's not like in the God of War, Master Chief. Like a lot of murdery people are in the game already, you know? So
I just feel like the boys, they're so geared towards like adult shit. Yeah, they couldn't put them in there, like, because even with God of War, like, yes, he's technically, especially with them recent ones, not for little kids, but
I mean, even with the old ones,
he's built from video games, like he's derived from a video game. Yeah, the boys is derived from an adult show on TV.
To be fair, they also have the alien from Aliens.
Everything's out the window. Fuck what I'm saying.
It's one of those things where it's like, I agree with
the alien with the aliens isn't cursing.
No, but it's doing a lot of murder, you know.
It is. But I feel like the boys it leans on the commentary and them saying things.
I feel like they could do the boys on Fortnite in a fun way though, where it's like they kind of like are breaking the fourth wall of like, what is this kiddie game? Or like if there were voice lines, but there aren't. So that kind of works out in their favor. But yeah, it looks cool. I might get the Black Noir one just because I would like to have a skin in this game, because I'm going to be playing it for like a decent amount of time probably, because I just joined that Call of Duty League. So I'd like to have a skin that's not homophobe.
Well, very true. You want that. You don't want a homophobic.
Also, you need to watch this video after we're done for all of the Homelander lines where he's just like, I need milk.
Yeah, you sent them to me on TikTok. I watched them there.
Ah, that's where it was. Shit.
Well, you might be playing them even longer because we might as well just knock out it's a lot of Call of Duty news.
Go for it.
Because Activision has confirmed that a range of content from Modern Warfare 2 will transfer to Call of Duty 2023, which is reportedly a sequel to last year's series entry developed by Sledgehammer. That is from VGC News, Video Games Chronicle. This was a rumor for a while now. Everybody assumed it was Modern Warfare 3. They haven't said Modern Warfare 3, but they said it's a sequel to this one going forward.
I'm interested to see what they keep, because I mean, when it comes to like the bundles and shit for Warzone that you can buy, you know, like the skins or the blueprints for the guns, I definitely was a part of that when Warzone 1 was out, and I bought like exclusively all of the anime packs that they did because they were funny. Yeah. It was like, you have a fucking little Uzi, but it's like bright pink and turquoise with an anime chip laying on it.
Like the rapper Lil Uzi. Right?
Yeah, Lil Uzi verse just chilling on there. And then fucking, there's a little charm that you get that's a literal body pillow. With that's like funny. An anime lady like, ooh, like, you know, that type of shit. Somebody clip that, please. but it was like on your gun and it was funny. And I was like, yeah, I'll put money towards that. And then this Warzone came out and this Call of Duty came out and all that shit is just not brought over at all, which I get it because those guns aren't in the game anymore and they update the guns. But also, like, I spent, if I had to put a number on it, probably like $60 to $80 because they were like $20 packs. And I think I got a decent amount of them because I only bought the anime ones. A lot less than I spent in Fortnite.
Of course. We know that.
I don't want to know how much money I've spent in Fortnite because I think I would.
You bought another PlayStation 5 with the money you spent in Fortnite.
Honestly, maybe more than that as of this point. I'm not even trying to.
And a Switch.
Yeah, that's true. They do need to fix the god awful AI as well. Jabber, I said in the chat. It is fucking horrendous. What did I say?
You said AI. I'm only correcting you because AI and UI are very different things.
Both are bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. We got more Call of Duty news though.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going down the Call of Duty train. VGC also reported classic Call of Duty games have seen large spikes in player numbers after Xbox matchmaking issues were resolved. 2012's Black Ops 2 attracted over 10,000 simultaneous players on Sunday. Now, I brought this up because Microsoft is slick. Like right as they won the case, they reactivated all these old Call of Duties. And the timing was just like just chef's kiss because they knew exactly what they were. They could have did this already. They waited till they won the Activision case and then did this.
It's smart. It really is. And it's one of those things where it's tempting because Black Ops 2 was my shit.
Black Ops 2 was
I don't know if I can get it on Game Pass, but let's just put it this way. I'm more inclined to maybe want an Xbox console if I'm allowed to play these games online years after they're like done. That's kind of cool. I think that's pretty neat on their part.
Just get a Series S. They're like 2 something.
I don't have room for it. I have like a little like side desk that's attached to my desk here that has my Switch, which I don't touch, my PS5, which I always touch, and then my PS4, which is a brick. It's not bricked, but it's like.
You just named 2 things you can move.
Yeah, but I ain't got nowhere to put them. Like this is like where they live. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
Like it's one of those things where it's like you got something and like yeah, you could put it somewhere else to clear up some space, but like it lives there. You know, like the dust has built up so much around the base that if you move it, like a boulder is coming from your ceiling. You know.
You move it and it's gonna throw off the integrity of your house.
It might fall down. I don't know. I'm not trying to risk it.
They're load-bearing consoles that's holding your house up.
That's true. Oh man. Well, the final bit of Call of Duty news. Yeah. We'll just end it with this motherfucking Phil Spencer, the load-bearing of all. We are pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. Which, that last sentence is a little spicy. I like
it.
That.
It is.
I like that. Little Phil getting a little spicy at that last sentence there.
And you know what? I would be too if PlayStation has dragged me this far into this. When it could have all been done. Yeah. And it's like I'd be talking my shit too.
Rightfully so.
At the same time, did you hear like the not the drama behind this, but the more spicy shit behind this is the original deal that they offered PlayStation was this deal plus all the old Activision properties. Still, they still have access to that. And after all of this has happened, now the deal is just this. So they went through all of this just to end up in the same place, but with less.
Kind of what happens. Makes sense.
But it also shows you that all the issue ever was with PlayStation was Call of Duty.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It is.
Well, it's all said and done, hopefully. Wait till next week where some bullshit happens where some judge in Kentucky is like, I'd like to appeal the whole thing.
It's just going to be PlayStation saying like, we found an email where they're talking shit about you, judge. Look at this. Like, all right, now it's really petty.
We went to the fucking Xbox offices and they had Sony's fucking on the bullseye. They're making fun of us, guys.
Meanwhile, Sony has been just punching them forever.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter what we do. It only matters what they do. All right.
Keeping with Xbox, though, what do we got next?
Xbox Live Gold will apparently transition to, well, not apparently anymore. It's been officialized. Xbox Live Gold will transition to Xbox Gamepass Core on September 1st. Now, Xbox Live Gold obviously was like just to access multiplayer and online stuff. This is before Game Pass came out. It's just to go online, right?
Yeah.
This includes online multiplayer and various benefits. Same price as Xbox Live Gold. So if you're just an Xbox Live Gold subscriber, you're just graduating right into Xbox.
It's just a new name.
Yeah, the name just changes. Existing Xbox Live Gold subscribers will convert to Core. I just said that. It includes 25 Game Pass titles, so at least you get a couple games.
A little bit of game. So you don't get Game Pass with this, right?
You don't get Game Pass, but you have access to 25. It's like Game Pass Lite.
Okay.
Games with Gold offers will end. So all the offers you used to get for Xbox Live Gold, really the free games every month, that ends. I'm assuming if you go to Game Pass, well, I guess Game Pass you get it all.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's interesting.
The official document came out. More than 25 Game Pass games available in Core service. Includes Among Us, Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, Humans Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay 2, Elder Scrolls Online. And that's it. He said, and Microsoft says this list will grow in the coming months.
Okay.
Games with Gold ends September 1st. Free games previously acquired with Live Gold will remain in the user's account, so that's good. Discounts on purchases that Game Pass subscribers received also apply to Core members.
That's cool. I guess for some reason my brain always just assumed that Game Pass was a thing with Xbox Live, but I've never been an Xbox subscriber because I've never owned one. But it's funny. It was brought up in Discord that by Tuscan Sun, it's weird that in 2023 consoles are still making us pay to play online. And
yeah,
I agree so much with that because I was like, and I kind of told this in the Discord a little bit. It was like back when I was in like high school, like 2010-ish, like sophomore year. I remember having my PS3. It was my first time that I've ever been able to like hop online and play a game online because my PS2 I didn't have the thing to do it and blah 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 whatever. And I was like, why the fuck is Xbox making you guys pay just to get online? But PlayStation, with PlayStation Plus back then, it was just like extra games and discounts. It wasn't access to online. It was just straight up, here's PlayStation with discounts for games that you want to buy, but you also get a little bit of extra shit. You don't need to buy it though. You can play online whenever you want. And then PS4 came out and they changed it and they copied Xbox and did that. I was so fucking mad. You have no idea. Like I was like, this is the one thing I've been defending. Because they can.
Well, because they can, of course. But while the Plus on PlayStation was free, the community on 360 at the time when Xbox was still a contender was so massive and so popular, and it was like the people were saying like it's even though you have to pay, it's just better to play over there online anyway. So I'm sure PlayStation was like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna come on the PS4, take your online thing and do better, and that's what they did.
Yeah, true. But I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I'm curious why they're changing it to like a different name for no reason, but it's whatever. Just
I'm sure they just want they're leaning into Game Pass like they've always been doing. I think they want their whole thing to just be Game Pass. This is why you're here, for Game Pass.
Yeah.
So if everything is called Game Pass, it kind of like, it's more incentive for people who don't know to come into that ecosystem.
It also confuses all the older aunts and grandmothers when they go to buy their children gift cards at GameStop for their holidays or birthdays, and they get them the wrong thing, but they still get the money.
Well, I mean, at that point, I would assume whether it's Game Pass or Xbox Live, it's all going to go to Game Pass at this point.
True. Well, I mean, in my mind, it's like if you're buying Xbox Gamepass Core, that's the multiplayer thing, but then there's Xbox like actual Game Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like they have a list of it here, and it's weird.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
There's Core, Console, PC, and Ultimate, and I'm not trying to like hype up Xbox Game Pass, but like it's one of the best deals in gaming. Like I have it for PC, but like I don't religiously play any of the games that are on it. Like I have, I think 3 games installed right now from my Xbox app, which I can check because I have the technology.
You do.
If Xbox were, I had Planet of Lana, Exoprimal. I had Valorant in here for some reason. I don't know why Valorant's in here because it has its own launcher, but whatever. But yeah, and then also the Lies of P demo because I figured why not.
Right.
I'm not good at it. I'm not buying it. But next up in the news, a little fun story, goofy, fun, fluff the news.
Fun times.
Number 1 victory royale. Fortnite's coming out with a vinyl record featuring the best of the Fortnite lobby music. An peely yellow vinyl. Album art by Jim Mafood.
Good old Mafood. Get off my food.
See, like I had posted this as a joke, but I'm also like, I buy vinyls specifically that are soundtracks. So like,
consider it a collector's item, I guess.
I don't even think it's a collector's item. It's just more so it fits my collection. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It has a code for bonus virtual item included, Chris. You need that.
You know what? It's the Shuffly Shapes wrap.
Word. Whatever that
I don't know what that means. I'll let you take the next one that looks like it's got your boy on it in the news.
Sega president and COO Yukio Sugino has said that. What?
You said Yukio, and I was like, "Your move," like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
gotcha. You know, it's not the same spelling. It's Joey Wheeler. Hey, Yugs.
Oh man,
it's like the most New York Joey Wheeler.
It really was. Sega president and COO Yukio Sugino has said that the company is considering more Sonic remakes and reboots as well as new titles. I mean,
that's great for you.
I guess. I mean, grass is green, sky is blue, video games.
Green Hill Zones.
Yeah, there you go. Remakes are gonna remake like they've been doing. So, sure.
Podcast title has to be Grass is Green Hill Zones.
Grass is Green Hill Zone. But all right. Because my thing is this, like, are you going to CLD in the chat to Sonic Adventure 2? And I played that recently, and it doesn't match the nostalgia that you have for it.
Ooh.
Because I'm playing it and I'm just like, man, this feels primitive now. Like, it's not bad.
Primitive.
But
Man.
It was great for its time, but now I'm like, I played randomly. I think it was the last time I streamed, right? I was just going through shit on my Steam Deck since I had it up on the screen. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got a Sonic Adventure 2 ROM in here. So I just started playing it. And I'm playing it, I'm just like, this is fine. And then once it got to a point, I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, this game was great in 2001. When was that? I don't remember. But
I was 6.
I don't 99 is when Dreamcast came out, and that was Sonic Adventure 1. So I'm just guessing with 2 years afterwards. So I'm playing it and I'm just like, man, this is of its time like hell.
Mm-hmm.
So if they remake it, get me back to my original point, that's fine. Are you going to remake it from the ground though? Don't just give me a prettier version of this old game. Like remake it from the ground with like up to date, like controller feel and mechanics and audio. The audio in that game is awful, terrible. Like there's a part where Sonic is or Shadow, one of them is talking, and the music is so loud. Like so, it's just like, yeah, man, let's go. Like what? If it wasn't captions, the captions are in Comic Sans.
That might be the worst offense of everything you've said, to be fair.
It feels really like loose. It's not like tight like it seemed like it was. You know what I'm talking about. It just it didn't age well. And I just hope they build it with 2023 technology. So
make it tight with 2023.
Yeah, like
tighten that shit up. It's 2023, bitch.
Yeah, so as long as they make it like new, like on some like Resident Evil 4 remake type shit where they fucking killed it
from the ground up.
Yeah, have Capcom help you, Sega.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear that, Yukio?
Yeah, Yukio, get your shit.
Tighten your shit up.
Maybe finally 3, says CLD in the chat. Maybe people have been wanting Sonic Adventure 3. But what is that going to be? Because the only reason I'm saying that is because Sonic 3D games are hit and miss. They're probably their best one lately was Frontiers, because it got like middling review, middling to good. So it's like, all right, well, I'd rather them come out with the remakes first. Let me see where y'all's heads are.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can talk about 3. But I don't know. We'll see what they do. But what else would they remake besides Sonic Adventure 1 and 2?
I don't know.
Are they gonna do the original Genesis ones just in Sonic Superstars graphics? Like, what are you gonna do?
I couldn't tell you which Sonic I've ever played in my life if I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I took this story.
Yeah. I know Sonic exists, Ben Schwartz and stuff.
Exactly. Sonic the movie, the game. Do it. Don't do it. I don't want to.
They should do it.
I don't want to walk up to his human
Ben
dad.
Schwartz. Ben Schwartz should voice a whole entire game. That'd be cool. Or they could do like what fucking Ghost of Tsushima did. Where they had like the Japanese version and the American version. Get 2 voice actors. Do like classic Sonic or Ben Schwartz, and you can change between.
Schwartz.
Yeah,
a lot of work for Ben. I mean, that's money. Fuck that. Get your money, Ben Schwartz.
Yeah. A lot of work, but it's
Ben Schwartz, you're on the game. Sonic 06. You know what? Yeah, that would be the one that needs to be remade desperately. So, you know about Sonic 06, right?
No.
Really? The notoriously bad Sonic game?
I didn't play Sonic.
No, like I know. You don't have to play it because it's that notorious. I thought you might have heard about it. All right, you watch Game Grumps. Go look up Game Grumps' playthrough.
I'll go check it out for sure.
I think Donkey might have made a video of it too. Like it's that bad.
Oh fuck. All right. Well.
So yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're moving from Xbox and good stuff to over to PlayStation to kind of good stuff, I guess. But there's going to be a second PlayStation showcase in August, rumored. I don't know if this is confirmed. The updates so far are, how do I say that name?
Special?
It does look like it's special, but with someone with a list.
Special Nick. He must be some kind of influencer or something.
Yeah, Special Nick claims that he's heard the PS5 Slim reveal is set for August via PlayStation show.
I have heard that that's coming.
That this can change. Previous roundup, Colin Moriarty sources point to a PlayStation showcase later this year, claim that Mr. Bao, director of the PlayStation China Game Productions, points to another showcase level event later this year. So there's a bunch of people saying there's a lot of events probably coming this year. Yeah. September is most bet will be happening, but also August is up in the air as well. So we're maybe getting another one. I don't know what the fuck it could be of, unless it's just like a direct about Spider-Man. But
if they calling it a showcase, then it has to be more than Spider-Man.
I could also see them just saying it's a showcase since it's like, you know, a guess that it's happening.
Yeah, but then it would
but
be
it's just a direct.
Yeah,
but I mean that's what I'm saying. It's just a direct, and they're saying it's a showcase. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's more likely that we're gonna get a state of play than we're gonna get another whole showcase because there's 2023. I feel like has been a crazy year in gaming where it's like I was just kind of talking about a little bit earlier with the fantasy league that we're doing for it, and I was like, this year was like weird because there's so many good games, so many good games to choose from. They're all like at the end of the year, and then there's like sleeper hits that are coming out, and like next year, like I don't know. I can't think of a single game next year that's coming out that I'm like insanely hyped for that I remember it right now.
You said next year?
Yeah, next year. Like my brain doesn't have any games on the mind right now. Even that, I'm like, no offense to Insomniac and their studio, it's like we haven't seen shit. I have nothing to be excited for besides the name.
That's what's going to be at the second showcase. They're going to have to show it soon if it comes out.
They
next
need
year.
to. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not excited for it. I'm just saying like the excitement isn't real yet because it's just there's nothing. Like you've shown me a digital render of an idea that was written on a napkin in a diner in Nebraska. Like that's all that we saw in my mind. I need fucking gameplay, baby.
Is that Black Panther game coming out next year?
I don't know if that is.
And then they also said there's an Iron Man game coming. I
don't know, man. Iron Man also is not that cool. So stop making stuff like that. Thank you. Please, thank you. But our last story in the news before I think we have a pod question from last week that we didn't answer, so we can do that as well. But last news story, take it away, Ann.
We half reported on this when it was a rumor, but Invincible comic series is getting its first ever video game. Invincible, the hit comic book series that was later adapted into a popular animated series on Prime Video, is coming to iOS and Android later this year. I read that and I was just like, oh, it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
Now, is it saying that it's coming to those platforms and only those platforms, or is this in addition to a console version? I have no idea. It's by Ubisoft, apparently.
If you had to make an Invincible game and it was primarily mobile, what do you think it would be? I have an idea. It's not the best, but
I don't know.
I would make a side-scrolling fighting game. Similar to like Mortal Kombat or like Injustice, because they both had mobile versions that I used to play a shit ton of back in the day, because they were surprisingly decent for being a mobile game. I would love to see a mobile fighting game of the Invincible cast, because there's so fucking many characters to choose from with that.
Yeah.
And it's simple, easy. Tap left and right on your screen, punches and kicks and all that jazz, and then you could still do it in the style of the Prime show, have them animate it for you. Easy peasy.
Yeah, you could. I'm disappointed in the mobile. Like, if it's just mobile, I don't know that for 100% certainty yet, but apparently it's called Invincible Guarding the Globe, and it's by Ubisoft, and I guess it could be a fighting game, but I'm less inclined to play that on my phone.
Oh, same.
When playing a fighting game, I need the tactile. I need like the buttons. I'd rather have buttons. But I'm trying to think of what other game this could be besides some kind of like tap
farming simulator.
Huh?
Be a farming simulator.
It could be a farming simulator. Of course it could.
But you're just building cities and sending superheroes to protect certain cities while those cities fall.
It's a card fighter. A card strategy game.
That actually probably could work because of the success of Marvel Snap.
Yeah. Guarding the Globe puts me in the mindset of like strategy. Like you're just putting people in place to do moves until
like a tactics game.
Yeah, like
almost.
a tactics game.
Yeah. I could see a tactics Invincible game. That could actually work out pretty well. And you kind of play as like the dude that's the head of the organization with the fucked up face.
Yeah.
You gotta like place the troops somewhere and then be like, okay, these troops are going there, these troops are going there, and we're gonna send Invincible down to the city there, and then, you know, Adam Eve's gonna go over there, and Robot, you're gonna stay here and organize everything.
I truly hope it's not that, but more Invincible, less of your little soldiers.
Here's the thing. We're gonna get an Invincible console game at some point, most likely. I don't mind if they start with a mobile game. It's fun. I just won't play it. I just won't play it. It's cool that it's there. I just won't play it.
They're gonna time it probably, I'm sure, with when season 2 comes out.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, man, that's
the news.
That is the news segment.
And we're back to just regular old podcast background. Joey Wheeler here.
Pot of greed.
Yeah. So we have one question in the podcast question section. You can send your own questions to our email, say before quitting fully spelled out @gmail.com, or put it in the Discord. !Discord in the chat. We got one from CLD saying, what's a movie you love but hate at the same time?
It's a good question.
I feel like there's a lot of easy ones to put in, like a lot of the old comedies back in the day that just haven't aged well, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I love them because they were very formative in like my comedic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then at the same time, it's also like you go back and watch them and you're like, ugh, that's a bit much. Ugh. You know, like that kind of shit. So that kind of sucks. I mean, there's a list. The list of that goes on and on, for fuck's sake.
It's
a movie that I love.
Because it's weird, because it's hard to say love and hate. What'd you say?
I love the Amazing Spider-Man movies, both of them.
So do I, but I don't love and hate them. Like, I just love those movies.
I love them, but I hate the situation that they're in, because I know objectively they are not like good movies, if in the sense. Yeah. And like everyone hates on them, so I'm in this like very like terrible minority that is constantly shit on for liking them. And I'm also of the opinion that I think that the first movie suit is cool as fuck, and people hate that suit so much. I think it's dope as shit. Thought it looked cool, and I love it.
I'll give you that. I think I'm gonna go with Cable Guy, Jim Carrey. It was one of those movies where like this isn't Jim Carrey's like it's not a classic, it's a cult classic. It's not his greatest performance, but it was one of those movies that come on and I'm just like, I'm going to watch this every time I see it.
What was the dude that was in it with him? I always forget his fucking name. Matthew Broderick, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Godzilla guy.
Yeah. Fucking Jack Black was in that movie too.
I love that I hate that. I love that movie, Godzilla, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good Godzilla movie at all. Like, it's just bad.
No.
It's more like Jurassic Park.
For the time.
Yeah.
CLD says American History X is a good movie, but the content in that is super rough. Well done movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You prepare yourself if you ever want to sit down and watch that.
Yeah. Probably.
You know what? Men in Black 2.
That's the better one.
Then 1?
Yeah.
No, you're fucking.
Do you know why?
Why?
There's a reason why.
Why?
It's the only reason you fucking need Rosario motherfucking Dawson.
I can go see her and other stuff.
No.
No.
Dude, she had the fucking bob haircut, dude.
Yeah, she was bad. I get it. But like bad meaning good.
Yes, that kind of bad.
I'm doing that. I know you understand that. I'm telling the audience. It might be nerds. He's not bad.
Wink at the camera.
Huh?
You gotta wink at the camera, like, yeah, bad. You know?
Bad. I hate it because it is not. It went from this gritty, funny, alien sci-fi alien movie to like they made it so family friendly. It went from like, was it R? If it wasn't R, it was damn near R.
I don't know if
to
it
like
was
PG. It couldn't have been R.
It was family friendly, man, because the bad guy in it, that was almost in 2.
It became
That lady.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, she was like hypersexualized in that movie.
She was, but like the overall tone of the movie became so like, I like the grittiness more in the first one than the second one. And I like the second one. This is not me shitting on 2. It's me saying like, wow, that went from like to the streets gritty to like, hey, come watch Men in Black 2, kids.
True. Do you like the third one? Because I like the third one.
I like
unironically.
Yeah.
I think that it was a very good.
It was a good way to wrap it up. Yeah.
And then they did the one with Chris Hemsworth, and I wanted to jump off a cliff.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Dude, I watched that in theaters, and I was like, give me some sort of cameo connection. And the only thing that we got was a painting on the wall that looked like the cartoon versions of them. And that was it. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That Will Smith didn't fucking get paid $1 million just to show up for 2 seconds and go, oh, or whatever he fucking does. Like that man, like that dude's making fucking highly produced Instagram reels every day, and you're telling me that you can't fucking pop into a movie that you made fucking relevant with your face? You have a song about it, sir.
Probably had a contract.
The good guys dressed in black. Remember that.
Just in case we have a face-to-face and make contact. Just bounce with it. They did the same thing with Independence Day too. He didn't show up for that.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even know it was
Nobody saw that. I didn't see that. I didn't want to see it. It didn't look like it was good.
Was what's his name in it?
Who?
The other main guy that takes down the aliens. Yes, whatever his fucking name is. Sexy guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You know, doing this live hurts my brain because I can't do two things at once.
I know exactly who it is.
Me too.
Tip of the tongue. But
let me see. Oh wait, I searched the wrong movie. I searched Men in Black. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. That was gonna bother me if I didn't look that up.
Thank you.
Got it before CLD2. Yes.
That's twice we've beaten you.
Yes, we
the same episode. Oh man,
he's our actually officer.
Hell yeah. Was he in the second one?
Huh?
Was he in the second one of Independence Day?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I have the technology.
No, you're good. You don't have to look that up. I was more so curious because you said there was a sequel. Like, did they at least get one of the main characters?
He was in it.
Okay.
He returned. Vivica Fox returned. I think that's it.
Who was that?
Vivica Fox was his wife and.
It's his wife. Okay.
Was Will's wife.
And Will's wife, the stripper.
Yes, her. Yeah. Also, just looking good in that movie.
Yeah. Dude, that scene with the dog gets me every time. In the fucking tunnel.
Oh like, yeah, I know. It jumps into the alley.
I know that he's gonna fucking jump into that room, but every time it gives me such fucking anxiety, and I don't know why.
Dog.
Yeah, it's a good dog actor. But yeah, man.
CLD said we didn't beat him. His iPad entries are delayed, which is why we beat you.
Yeah, Apple devices do suck.
All right, I didn't say all that. Don't put words.
I did. I did. I'm saying it right now. Fuck Apple. Don't they gotta like switch up their shit soon? They gotta put it to USB-C instead of lightning cables now because there was like a lawsuit.
That's why I know they're doing it, and I'm happy about.
Yeah, there was like a lawsuit where they were like, you can't fucking do this shit because they were something about like the lightning cables were charging less or some shit over time. You know how iPhones do, and like that was an attributing factor towards it.
Yeah,
but I love that. I think it's funny. Fuck Apple.
Also Matrix 2.
I did like Matrix 2, but I think that the sex scenes were a little weird.
You needed more ass, huh? That's what you wanted?
No, it was just like they were kind of random in a way. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Like it makes sense why, you know, these people that are surviving from a robot takeover of the world are gonna be horny as fuck because they ain't got no entertainment anymore. They got slop to eat. So what else you got to do besides fuck? You know, like
listen,
that's it.
If there's imminent, like at any point something could happen, I'm getting some ass on the way out, dog.
You got to be in that Matrix 2 orgy, that orgy scene, yo. Fucking insane.
Nuts.
The fact that there was a huge orgy that was like the size of Coachella in the Matrix 2 is insane.
It was Coachella.
And we were just fine with that. There was like, yeah.
Coachella, where the hoes at?
Wasn't it called like Reloaded or some bullshit like that? Yeah,
I bet
fucking reloading them.
Yeah.
10 to 15 minutes in between with some orange slices. Reloading!
There's lots of money shots in that. A lot of load shot.
All right.
And it's so many. I enjoyed, I like Matrix 2. It's the same issue I have with Men in Black and Men in Black 2. It's this gritty, almost like it was way grittier. And then the second one came, and it was like the tone.
They got better cameras.
Yeah, they got better technology, and now it seems like I don't know.
That's always what ends up happening. I mean, that's kind of with Men in Black. Like the first movie, it has like a graininess to it. Like the film itself and like the film that they used to record it looks like it was like kept in a warehouse for too long sometimes. Yeah. Like if you don't watch like a remastered version, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you watch 2 right after it and it's like pretty, you know? Like, crisp and Johnny Knoxville's there, you know? Because that's the thing.
We have the budget. Call Knoxville.
Also, make a second version of him coming out of his back.
Yeah. They just did that for the flex. They was like, look how much money we have now.
I fucking loved that shit. So, especially as a kid who loved Jackass, seeing Johnny Knoxville in that movie, I was like, oh yeah, this is it for me. But I think that might be the podcast for today. We actually finished around the time.
Neto has sent me a question in.
Oh, shit.
Neto asks, shout out to Vibes from Neto. I got a question. What do y'all expect from GTA 6? Like, what do y'all want in it and don't want in it?
So fun fact, in the entirety of how long GTA 5 has been out, existed, I have never once played it. Never played the story, never played online, never touched it or bought it.
Now,
I didn't even like claim it when it became free on PlayStation still, I'm pretty sure.
Now I know we talked about this before because I think it went on to say that like I played them and I beat all the stories from from 3 to 5 anyway, all the campaigns. And I remember you saying that exactly that. As far as 6 goes, there's already been, remember when that big leak happened and they showed footage of the game?
Yeah.
So it looks like an update from 5 in a lot of ways. I as far as what I want and don't want, it's hard because they put so much shit into it. So it's like, because online is already, they got that firing on all cylinders now.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like, well, what do I want from online? Because what don't you have in it? I like
when it comes to the main game, I have no clue. Like story wise, like just give me something that's good. I don't know. As far as online, like I don't think there's anything else they can do that's original. Like besides going to space, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
It has to be Fast and Furious now.
Yeah, they just got to copy paste whatever Fast and the Furious did in their last movie and just do it in everyone going forward.
You got to be able to pick up Tyrese, go off a ramp, do a backflip through like the moon, and have him be like, "Whoa!" and then come back. And you got to be some dumb shit like that.
And go get a lap dance at the strip club.
Exactly. But then it becomes
Saints Row.
Yeah. So you got to keep it grounded in Grand Theft, or else it's not Grand Theft anymore. I think.
You know what? This is what I'm going to say. You know what I want? I want a video. I've wanted this for a while. I want a video game where the whole entire time we play it, we're the protagonist of the game, but it turns out we're the villain the whole time.
That's dope. I like that idea.
I want that in the game, and I feel like GTA could do that very easily because you're already most of the time for most missions doing some stuff that's considered not great, even though the protagonists in other GTA games aren't the greatest of heroes or anything. But like, I would love one where it's just like, I don't know, like you're just getting orders from someone and like just carrying out things and you think you're doing the right thing, but the whole fucking time you've just been the fucking henchman to the villain or the main villain the whole time, but it just was worded in a way where you just didn't realize it until this one moment
But
where
then
like a hero shows up or some shit and you got to take him out.
But then in like GTA 3, you're like not necessarily like a hero. You're still doing shit with like the mob. It's like you're not necessarily a good guy.
I just want the game to pitch it in a way where it feels like you're the good guy the whole time. But it turns out you have been committing acts of like practically terrorism. Because I mean,
bad guy.
Like straight up, like you've been like somehow doing this shit where you're like, oh yeah, I'm just doing these missions and I'm like solving all these problems and I'm helping out my friends and shit. And then it turns out like you have been doing the most horrendous shit in the world. And then even better, while you're making your way through the city and shit, and like there's the radio, have like radio stories that are like regarding your shit, but it's like just vague enough where it's like, is that about what I just did? And then it finally all sets in, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm the villain. That would be cool.
All right, I'm with that.
That would make me play it because I didn't even play 5 for the story. I like watched, I think 2 people play it on YouTube. Like different story parts, and I was like, okay, I get the gist of this. Okay, bye. And that was it.
5 came out, and I had just like stopped talking to this girl, so I was in like a very low moment. So all I was doing was working, coming home, and playing GTA 5, like the campaign, until I beat it. Then after I beat it, it's just like, well, now I don't have a girl or GTA 5. What do I do?
Every often you see a lady on the street, like, bitch.
How dare you? Like
$12 drops from her body, and you're like, fine, I guess I can go get a burger from whatever the burger place is.
12 floating dollars, and I just pick them up, put it in my pocket.
GTA is crazy, man.
It is. I don't know. Like, I'm sure they're going to add shit because they've shown like how you can like rob the stores now. And in the old GTAs, you just aimed at the register guy and they would like give you money, but then your cop thing would go up. But they showed them actually like, you're going in there and like you're robbing this place, and it shows you like the moment to moment shit. Like the people in there putting their hands up. I forgot exactly what happened, but it was really intricate, and they really added a lot of mechanics to this game that wasn't in 5. I'm sure there's videos on YouTube of it, but it was crazy. It was like, wow, they're going in with 6. I don't know. Like, you know what? I want to be able to, I guess, just go into like, if I'm walking by like there should be like an open sewer, and I should be able to just go in it.
Yeah.
And see what the fuck is down there. I should be able to go into more buildings. I should be able to do like a home invasion. Jump through somebody's window. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with you. It's just funny hearing you say it out loud. I should be able to do a fuking home invasion.
Cut that shit out of context and just make a TikTok of me just saying I should be able to do a home invasion.
I should be able to do this shit.
Why can't I do a home invasion? Look at me. Never mind.
I do agree with you with some of the points. I feel like it's like any games that are like open world like that, and it's in a city. Like not so much like kind of a Spider-Man if you think about it, but like there's no reason to. But I hate when you like are on the street level and like you're walking around on the street and you see these stores and shit, and there's like these beautiful storefronts and there's insides and shit, but you just can't go inside.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need to go inside of every single building, but like, what's the harm in like procedurally generating different buildings around the floor and then like the stuff that's behind me, just take it away, or like, you know, like only load in what I'm there for and what the game is requiring. I feel like we're kind of moving closer towards that with Unreal Engine and what they're doing because it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So like that could be a thing in future games, especially in GTA. Like I feel like GTA makes the most sense for that. It's like I want to go to the weed store that's next to a bookstore that's next to the fucking ATM that's next to a Wawa. And like I want to be able to go in every single one. I don't need to have anything that I can do in them. I just want them to be areas, if that makes sense.
More elemental things too. Like say for instance, you had a flamethrower, but if I do that shit to a house, the house can burn down.
Yeah.
Obviously, it can't stay that way because it's in a living world. But then, like, I don't know if you die and come back, or they could just be like, after the night cycle, the houses build back up.
Yeah.
But shit like that.
Like in Zelda, where you kill the house and then it comes back when the red moon brings it back.
Yes. So make it Zelda. Give him a sword and a fucked up shield that breaks.
Take away all dialogue.
If you shoot too many bullets out of your gun breaks.
Dude, they brought weapon durability to that game. That'd be a surefire way to make me never play GTA 6 as well, and I can keep the streak going. But we'll see.
You could.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for today.
We're
finishing, I mean, not early, but early for what we normally do. We're normally like
wrapping this up at 12:03 or some shit.
This is around the time where we're like texting each other, like, "Hey, are we recording tonight?" Probably, yeah. Just wait for it. So this kind of worked out pretty well. Hey, me too sometimes, because was it last week or the week
2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Are you ready?" And you were just like, "I can't."
I'm like, "I'm sorry."
I am not on this
too far gone. Don't do drugs, kid. But what you can do is follow us on all social media platforms. Say letter B #4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty gang.
Titty gang merch over at our store, Say Before Quitting, fully spelled out.com. 4 new hoodies, all embroidered. Get them before it becomes cold. It's too fucking hot out right now, and I hate it. But get those now so that you have it for when it does get cold. You'll be prepared, and it'll look cool. Get Say Before Quitting on it, or bitch made. Yep. Ooh, you want that bitch made, baby. But pick that shit up. Also, go to our motherfucking email. Send us an email, Say Before Quitting, fully spelled out, gmail.com, with your questions, comments, concerns, email chains, curses, Reddit articles,
insults,
OnlyFans profiles,
hugs from your OnlyFans,
kisses. That's how, what's his name? Mike Tyson says kisses.
It sure is, Chris.
That is. You can also go to our Patreon for more shit like that, where it's just random and bullshit. Yeah. Patreon.com/say letter B #4 quitting. You get 2 extra podcasts a month. They're good. Right. They're fun. They're goofy. So go check those out. And I think that's all the shilling that I have.
Word. That is it.
Yeah.
So before you shoot your money shot, make sure you always save before quitting. We'll see you guys next time. Yeah.
I did not expect that to be the way that it ended.
It had to be.
I gotta figure out something to eat for dinner, man. I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
I'm gonna go get food. Play Dave the Diver. Go buy Dave the Diver, everyone in chat. It's so good.
They should be paying you for.
Dude, so many people should be paying me, man. I'm finding good shit as of late, and I feel like I'm like, oh, the Gila mix, oh, Ecovision protein. But, like, it's good. Like, what do you want me to do?
You're right. You got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Got to spread the word.
It's crazy. I need at least 3 people to play Dave the Diver, so I can just have, like, a round table discussion. Maybe it's a square table, because 4. Shit.
I see what you did there. You could fit 4 people at a circle table.
But it would still be a square of people.
Huh?
It would still be a square of people, though.
It don't have to be. You can sit anywhere you want in a circle.
But it's still.
What do you mean? Like, how's it a square of people?
Because there's 4 people, so it's like 4. You know what I'm saying?
Like one across from the other.
Like those are the points of the vertices of the square. Like
but
each person is a.
You don't have to follow vertices at a round table.
Maybe.
Like I could sit,
geometry.
Like somebody can sit right next to you, but then somebody can sit to the right of that, and now it's just
that's just weird, though.
But you can do it, or have 3 people. If 3 people on one side and 1 person on the other side. Now it's a round table and an intervention.
I was gonna say interview, but that works too. Yeah. Either way, it starts with enter.
Exactly.
It's time for us to go enter food into our mouths because we're both hungry. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for everybody for showing up. Javraf, Koba, Darkness, and fucking Neto over on YouTube, even though we could sometimes see your stuff and sometimes not because our multi-stream chat wasn't working.
I pulled up the YouTube chat and just popped it out, so I had that too.
For some reason, it just would not work for me, sadly. But luckily, since we had it on screen, it worked. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Bye. And the stream is ended.
Hey.
I'm starving.